Hey, it's TK Irish at the Camp Kennerk podcast. It's Sunday, it's sports, it's a special edition. Let me share what's been going on here at Camp Kennerk that I think you'll really find something interesting. I was up in Indiana the past week and I was doing my deal with the family, and all of a sudden I remembered, the NCAA headquarters are in Indianapolis. So I took it upon myself to get in contact with them to set a meeting so we could discuss all these things going on with college sports, the NIL, the transfer portal, you name it. We were going to sit down and talk about it. So I want to share this video with you. You can see what happened.
Doug the neighbor, TK Irish. Hey, I'm in Indianapolis and I'm at the NCAA headquarters. And I called the other day to set a meeting so I could come in and tell them what I think they need to do to get the college athletic programs back in line with the NIL and everything. Lady was very, very nice. And when I asked when I could come in, she put me on hold for a second and then came back and said, TK, we decided that you could come when, and I couldn't understand this, when something freezes over. So I'm here to find out what's supposed to freeze over before they'll meet me. I'll let you know. Have a good one.
That's how it works down there or up there in Indiana. So, but I wouldn't, I thought, well, maybe there's another angle we could work at this. And this is the other idea I had, and I want to share with you.
Doug the neighbor, TK Irish. I'm not giving up, man. I'm going to find out when I can meet with these people. So I went into the Hall of Champions, which is sort of a museum of college athletics, to find out who I needed to talk to and maybe get a clarification of what that meant by when something freezes over. So I talked to the lady here at the front desk and I told her my situation, and she smiled, and she couldn't tell me what was supposed to freeze over, but she agreed that something has to freeze over before they'll meet with me to go over all the details of college athletics. So I'm not giving up. I'll keep on talking and walking.
They has a lot on their plate, but they have a lot of money. You should see the campus they have there, all the people, all the parking lot, all the building. But hey, when you're a nonprofit, you don't have to pay any of your players. You got a lot of cash. So we'll be in contact with them again, reach out and see what the world's doing here. So, Doug the neighbor, what'd you think of those videos?
TK, so good to see you. Absolutely beautiful. Again, to see you on our 104th podcast, our sports podcast, on the 104th podcast for the Camp Kennerk podcast. Good to see you. How are
Well, it's
you?
good being back. It's always, back home in Indiana, I love going back. Just the whole atmosphere, whenever I can tell you, you can blindfold me, put me on an airplane and drop me off anywhere. But if you drop me off in Indiana, I know I'm back home. It's just the fragrance, the grass, the whole atmosphere. So, but it's good to be back here at Camp Kenner.
No place like home. I think Dorothy said that.
Yeah. And look what happened to her.
Do you have the ruby red shoes?
Now, Doug, we're not talking about what's in my closet right now. We got sports to do.
We got sports to do. And have you got your coffee?
I got my liquid confidence right here, man.
There we go. There we go. Now, I have some interesting facts for today, and I always look forward to this because these are sports facts. But the first thing I would like to bring up is we forgot something that was very serious on Doubleday. Doubleday is when we talk about a particular day, and this month it was July 7th. So 7/7 Doubleday. We
That's
mentioned
right. So
we
what did we
mentioned
forget?
we mentioned Ringo Starr's birthday. We mentioned Doc Severinsen's birthday, Satchel Paige's birthday. These are great people in American society. But we also forgot that it was World Chocolate Day.
Ah, doggone. Man, oh man. Yeah, Tell us more about that, because if I say anything about it, I'm going to, things get lost in translation. So
Well,
give me the
the
911 on it.
the easiest way to explain World Chocolate Day is my fat cheeks and where I have it stored right here. I'm a chocolate cookie bunny, a monster bunny, whatever you want to call it, but I have it stored here just in case of a problem. So World Chocolate Day, but we forgot it and was 7/7. So there you go.
So
Okay. Now let's move on. In the world of sports right now, of course, the World Cup is going on, and England beat Norway, and so now England moves on to play Argentina on the 15th, and the 15th would be the Wednesday, right? Yeah, the 15th, and that'd be around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, awesome Austin, Texas time, and the this is going to be a replay of the Falkland War. We're old enough to remember the Falkland War, where Argentina invaded the Falkland Islands. England sent their whole fleet down there to recapture the Falkland Islands, and they got it back. So this is going to be a replay of the Falkland War, and that's on Wednesday. And the other two teams are France and Spain. Okay, and that's on Tuesday at I guess about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And France and Spain have been going at war for millennium, forever. So now we've got war with France and Spain in soccer, or football as they call it, and England and Argentina. And it's all heading up to the World Cup final. I believe that's on July 21st.
yeah, it's really getting exciting now. These teams are top notch in the world. I mean, they've been doing this so long.
Mhm.
The other countries just sort of show up and give them havoc. But these teams that are in the semifinals, they're strong as they get.
Right. Now, two things from both games yesterday. The flopping. Now, flopping to us in basketball is when a player touches another player and he falls over and he does the Oscar performance of, the foul, So, well, in, in soccer, football yesterday, there was a guy who flopped and the closest other player was 3 yards away.
He
And he
was
goes,
in. He was anticipating. He was anticipating, the future 30 seconds, which didn't come.
which didn't come. And the referee gave a yellow card. You get a yellow card first, that sort of stuff. Then you get a red card and you're out of the game. All right. Now in soccer, when you're out of the game, you don't get replaced. So they go from 11 players down to 10 players. I think that's kind of an interesting situation. In hockey, when you send to the penalty box, they don't, you play shorthanded, I think they called it,
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. But anyway, this guy, I can't remember what team he was on, but he flopped and there was nobody around it. So the referee gave out a yellow card and then they went to the VAR. This is their signal for the video assist replay. And they found out that their opponent was, not 3 yards away. So they gave the yellow card. They rescinded the first yellow card and then gave it to the guy who flopped. They straightened it on out. So that was kind of interesting, which leads me to another point. In soccer, they only have one referee.
Yeah.
Huge, huge, huge field, but only one referee. Now, of course, the referee's just going to follow the ball, but I think they need to add one more referee to the game because the field is so spread out, and somebody's throwing an elbow or tripping the other person, behind the referee's back. Now, remember, in basketball there used to be two referees. Now there's three because of this. So the free advice for $1 from the Camp Kennerk podcast. I believe that soccer needs to have two referees.
Well, let's just reach out to FIFA and tell them what we think and see if they're in agreement.
Oh yes, and as corrupt as they are, because they got rid of an entire refereeing crew, video assist crew, because what uh, was it Belgium or somebody, Croatia had 11 yellow cards and Argentina didn't get any, and they go through the whole game. What?
Yeah, little team
Yeah.
bias, but
Yeah.
hey.
Well, we're polite, but in the real world, they call it corruption. So anyway, that's the World Cup. It's going on. It's good fun. And I have fans who are English fans. They're very excited because they beat Norway. They're very, very excited. And I'm excited for them
Mhm.
because what has happened is the World Cup has brought out some real characters and incidences. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I mean, the Scottish drinking Boston Dry. What? That's home of Sam Adams. What? The whole town drinking the Scottish.
Yeah,
Come back, Scottish, come back again. We love you. And the other
yeah.
thing, they had a big parade or something, and the Scottish, like the Japanese, cleaned up their mess,
How
cleaned up
about
the
that?
parks. Yeah, we love that. We come back again.
Yeah, come back
Yeah.
anytime.
Yeah, come back anytime. So now that's what I have for the World Cup information. Now let's move on to the El Paso Chihuahuas, my home team in the minor leagues, and the purpose of our Sunday morning podcast sports section. The El Paso Chihuahuas, now in the minor leagues, they are the minor league team, AAA minor league for the San Diego Padres. Now, in the minor leagues, they play 6 games at one place, Mondays off, then they go play 6 games at another place, which is kind of an interesting way to do it, actually. Cuts down on travel costs. And the Chihuahuas are in the Pacific Coast League East. Okay, so in El Paso. And in the minor leagues, they play a split season. So the uh, right now the El Paso Chihuahuas are 6-10 in the second season. Okay. Now they are 5.5 games back, and they're playing 5-5 out of the last 10 games, so they're moving along. And right now they're at Oklahoma City, and there was a rain delay yesterday, but they're 1-4, and then the getaway game is today at noon in Oklahoma City. And then there's the All-Star break, and when they come back, there'll be a 3-game series against Sugarland in El Paso. Okay, so now the Chihuahuas, and the reason why I'm from El Paso, so we're following them, and we're following the minor leagues because that's where hope lives. That is the beauty of hope. The hope lives in the minor leagues. These guys are scrambling and grinding, trying to get to the major leagues. Okay. So right now, the team has hit 114 home runs, which
Yes,
league.
they got some action going on with the bats and getting on base, but I think there's another issue that's causing him problems.
We'll get to that. Okay. Now, and they're getting on base with hits and walks, and they've got 98 stolen bases. Now, I like that aggression. You get on first base and you steal, and that leads the league. Okay, but they're only hitting 277. Okay, so they were hitting 283 last week. Now they're hitting 277. Now, here's the problems you brought out. Pitching, they don't have any shutouts. They just don't have any shutouts. Okay. And the opponents are hitting 286, and their
Hmm.
ERA is 616. So that has dropped a little bit, but their pitching is, a little suspect.
Suspect. It's suspect. They're not quite sure what direction it needs to go, but they all know where it will go.
It will go. Yes, yes. So much. Oh. So we're still talking about the minor leagues. Now, you brought up us, and I've got my Chihuahuas cap here. I'm a loyal fan. Okay. Hang on just a second. Get all straightened out here. It's all about the costume. Okay. All right. Now, you mentioned something last week concerning the minor league, the promotions that goes on. And you mentioned the Louisville Bats in Louisville, Kentucky, where the Major League Bats are made. Louisville Slugger Bats are made in Louisville, Kentucky. That the Louisville Bats have a promotion that's called Nothing Night.
Oh yeah, yes, very popular.
Very, very popular. So I looked up some facts. Okay. The first off, their first this year they decided because the nothing they started about 4 years ago, but they liked it so much they have two nothing nights this year. The first
Isn't
one
that
was
cool?
the first one was May 12th, and then the second one was July 8th. Nothing night. No music, no announcing, no nothing, no blaring, mascot running around, no loud music, that sort of stuff. Nothing, just pure baseball. You can hear the umpire, you can hear the pitcher, the catchers, the guys in the dugout going, "Hey, bada, 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 bada," pure baseball. So popular, they did it again on July 8th, May 12th and July 8th. Now, here's what I found out. Okay. Tickets in left field. Okay. Prime seats, $4.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can,
$2 popcorn and $4 dogs. All right.
man.
Now, senior night, or for seniors, and that's anyone over 55, okay, it's half price tickets, half price tickets.
So
Okay.
the tickets for seniors is $2.
$2.
Heck,
Sign me Okay. And on nothing night, the seniors get to stroll the bases. Now, when they bring the kids out and the kids are running around like that, well, they let the old folks, the old goats, stroll the bases. Here I'm strolling down first base. Okay, rounding into second. Put me in, coach. Put me in. So what a thrill! What a thrill for that. So I think that's
Did they give any mention how long it takes for the seniors to cover all four bases? I mean, is there a stopwatch there to say, "Hey, the winner took 17 minutes and 32 seconds to get around the bases"?
absolutely true, but the memory will last for a lifetime.
Well,
But their lifetime. But wouldn't you like to do that? I'd love to do that. Get out there and pantomime that swing, that home run swing. Boom.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. Okay. Now, so that's the nothing night and the Chihuahuas. Now let's move on to my Texas Rangers. And there's a reason why we're going backwards here, or we're changing up a little bit. You see, I've got my Doug the Neighbor hat here.
I love it. Love it. Nobody can steal it now.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Now, the Texas Rangers, right now in the American League West, they are leading the American League.
Yes.
They're 1.5 games up over Seattle, and they're playing a rubber game against Houston today. And so then they have the All-Star break. Okay,
Mhm.
going into the All-Star break. Okay. And then when the All-Star break or back to work is next Friday, I believe, and they'll be at Atlanta, the Braves, and the Braves are leading the American League East. Is that American League? No, the National League East. So it's going to be some games against the National League East, the Atlanta Braves, first place. They're leading. And then after that, it's a 3-game series back in Arlington against the Chicago White Sox.
No.
Which is leading the American League Central. So those following today, All-Star break, 6 games against major league contenders.
Yes.
So this is going to be a real good test at where the Texas Rangers are in their respective relationship in first place against World Series contenders.
Yeah, that's really a good time of year. The All-Star break allows everyone to just get some rest. You got some nagging injuries that need to be
Yep.
attended to. So when they come back from the break, they're gonna be ready to go.
And they're playing two teams that are first in their respective leagues. So it's a
Mhm.
great situation to judge yourself at where you are and what you going to have to do because what the trading deadline is July 31st. Is that what
I'm not sure. They never call me to confirm what I think they should trade for. So I sort of said, well, obviously they don't want my opinion.
They're gonna need it, TK. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. Now, the other aspect, and I brought this up the last time, is right now at the All-Star break, there are 18 of the 30 teams, 18 of the 30 teams that have no chance of winning the World Series.
Well, do
None.
they have any chance to get into the wild card?
Yeah, that's why they want to expand the wild or the playoffs. So it looks like soccer. It's a participation playoff, like
Yeah.
basketball or hockey. Everybody plays all season, and then everybody's in the playoffs to expand, give them a chance. But the stat that we came up with that only one team in the 1914 Braves came from more than 5 games back and won the World Series. So it's a disastrous situation with Major League Baseball where 18 of the 30 teams are basically out of it. Basically out. And that affects TV attendance and fan interest. And the worst team is the Colorado Rockies, and they're 22 and a half games back. At
Well,
half.
I guess that high altitude does something to them, huh?
Yeah, and if you've played, I don't know what their record is, but if you've played 81 games, that means you've lost 22 of them. So you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I like your situation when a team is mathematically out of it, they're out of it.
Send
Close
them
it,
home.
send them
Give them a,
home. That's it, and then that shortens the season. And the whole aspect of okay, shorter season, then there's more grit in the play.
yeah, yeah. Everybody's down to brass knuckle time.
Yeah. Win or go home. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
So I find that very, very interesting aspect. Now, the reason I played or did the Chihuahuas first, then the Texas Rangers, and I got down to my Texas Ranger hat and this particular shirt. Yes, I did shower or haven't shaved yet. A little scruffy Sunday morning. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Sports Sunday morning. Okay, is because I made a heartfelt video yesterday that I would like for us to play. And here it is right now. Hi, I'm Doug the Neighbor with free advice for $1. Today is July 11th, 7-Eleven, and I'm here at the 7-Eleven company for my free Slurpee. I have a great respect for the 7-Eleven company because they gave me an opportunity for my first commercial as an actor years and years ago. I played a young father taking his children to the 7-Eleven to get a Slurpee and put money into the Jerry Lewis telethon jug. It was a great day, great crew, great director, and great set of actors doing that job. And I always have respected the 7-Eleven for giving me that opportunity to start my acting career. 7-Eleven, free Slurpee day. I'm Doug the Neighbor here in awesome Austin, Texas.
God, Doug, what in the world were you thinking? How'd you come up with that?
Life, TK. That's why.
Life?
That's why I have my Slurpee right here. Mhm.
Ah, is that a Dr. Pepper flavored Slurpee?
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, yeah. TK, it's always good seeing you. This is our podcast number 104, Sports. It's always good sports. Play ball.
Aaron Go Brawl.